Hi, I'm Tony Mala, Vice President of Industry Relations and the host of the ASA podcast series. I'm here today with Ray Fisher, President and Executive Director of the Automotive Service Association, to talk about the 2020 annual business meeting. And Ray, ASA has something different this year. You've got some co-located events at the annual business meeting. What are they?
So in addition to our annual business meeting, we also have CARS, which is the Congress of Automotive Service and Repair. We also have TTF, Technology and Telematics Forum. And also we're going to be doing some things with you as a live podcast. So we're looking forward to all of those events going with our annual business meeting.
Yeah, as am I. You know, let's go through these one at a time. I know there's a lot to talk about.
Sure.
And we'll get to some of it today, I know. But
exactly.
First of all, let's start with the annual business meeting itself. Who attends? Who comes?
Okay, so it's always welcome to all our members, but also even prospects are welcomed. Now there's some things that it's members only can attend, like our open meeting, but you know, there's other events going on at the same time with the business meeting. But we've got our annual board meeting with the board of directors. Mm-hmm. That's an open session to the membership. We also have the swearing in of the officers for the next year's term. That's always happening at the open board meeting as well. We've got collision and mechanical ops committees, which first of all here. So hats off to both those committees who work as volunteers and hard working at it. But they'll be meeting there as well. We've got various affiliate meeting opportunities with the board of directors and our affiliate executive directors, and also it gives a chance to meet with Bob Redding, our Washington, D.C. representative, and our ops committee members as well. We have the, this year we'll have the AMI graduation as well, going along with our celebration of excellence. And of course, you look at different things we have, like our networking opportunities, especially on the the first night with the welcoming reception, which last year, as we all know, was very enjoyable, and we lost track of time. Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yeah, well, actually, and there's a lot what you just packed in there. So there's obviously quite a bit for the attendees to do.
Sure.
But I know we're all excited about the return of CARS, the Congress of Automotive Repair and Service, that ASA was famous for, actually, and it still is. But tell me a little bit about CARS. What is CARS, and what can attendees expect for 2020?
Okay, well, CARS, you know, it's our event for the mechanical repair industry. And when we look at CARS, you know, the first word, Congress. Ours isn't dysfunctional. Ours is a very cooperative national event, working to better the industry. And again, hats off to the Mechanical Ops Committee for helping get some of the subject matter and topics. But we'll have some technical training. We'll have some classes that entail how to handle a price shopper, how to cultivate a good experience for women shoppers or women that are coming in, because that market is just continuing to expand. It's past the 50% mark, and you know, I want to make sure we're all ready for it. I know that's been things over the years that we've been doing, but we've got a unique person talking about that this year. How to enhance your digital vehicle inspection usage, panel discussion for the younger generation shop owners, which you know, it's new this year. And I'm looking forward to that panel discussion. You know, it's kind of up there. Last year we tackled on the shortage of technicians and some of the challenges we have, and provided solutions to those. We plan to do that again this year for the younger shop owner versus a legacy shop owner. Collision owners are going to have the opportunity to attend a class, also a couple classes on negotiation and some of the understanding the psychology behind negotiation. I believe there's like 10 steps that it's going to be walked through, and how to identify that within the individuals. And also doing a complete estimating and the importance of a strong plan that goes behind it. So a lot of tremendous opportunities, but going back to the CARS, you know, you heard a lot of subject there. I think that, you know, what we're doing is we're looking at not only providing the training and education on it, but we're also going to be identifying some technologies and better usage of it, and the low costs that go along with it. So
interesting.
Stay tuned, right?
Yeah, really. Again, that's more and more, it sounds like. And that training you mentioned, I assume it's both mechanical, or it's mechanical and collision,
Yes,
but it's also going to be management and technical. We're going to have a lot of technical stuff there as well, right?
correct.
Yeah.
And so the primary focus will be on the mechanicals for the cars portion of the program.
Mm-hmm.
And we, because we also have collision industry that we represent. And as we've had in our ADAS classes and some of the other classes in the past few years, we talked about how that gap is closing because they have to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the automotive repair industry, more and more we have to include them. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I was at one of our affiliates retreat up at ASA Northwest, which what an experience. They did a great job up there, and hats off to Jeff Love and his team. But one of the things we were talking about, in that discussion was the importance of working together with the collision and mechanical repair industry today because of vehicle technology today and things of that nature. When we look at the warranty period, the collision industry kind of gives us a heads up as to what's coming at us from the industry side, because we try to stay on top of it as much as we can. We see the new vehicles coming out at the different auto shows throughout the United States, but you don't always necessarily understand the technology that goes behind it or the workings that go behind it and how to repair it and things of that nature. And unfortunately, the collision industry gets to see those cars sometimes the same day they were delivered. And so they're faced with this new technology. And that's where the communication between them, networking, for example, at this event, gives the opportunity to, hey, what are you seeing? What should I prepare for? And it really gives a one-up for the mechanical repair industry as well. So,
well, you had talked about technology, and one of the other events that's going to be there is the third Technology and Telematics Forum that ASA has become famous for. What exactly is the Technology and Telematics Forum?
okay, traditionally that's something that we deal with as far as getting the Global Vehicle Alliance together and with the OEs. And it's not that this is an OE program or like this, but that's getting right in the horse's mouth of what's coming about, what they're working on, what they're looking at as an industry, because they too are evolving as well. The cars are not getting any cheaper. So like we just did our program last fall in Troy, Michigan, as you know, Tony, and when we did that, there was a lot of key components like this fear that we have driverless cars coming at us in the next couple of years. Realistically, they were saying the technology may be there, but the infrastructure is not, and some of the things that go along with it. We have a litigious society as well. So how do we protect everybody and keep the cars safe and do what we want to do, and that's the mode of transportation. So this identifies what we see today, what we can expect in the near future, and kind of gives us some timelines on how to prepare it. So it takes a knot out of our stomach as a shop owner.
Well, you're talking about what's now, what's new, and what's next, which is a perfect lead into my next point, which is the podcasting, something near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
We're going to be having some podcasting there as well.
Correct. We're going to do something similar that we're doing right this minute. We'll have some Facebook Live podcasts where you'll be doing some recording and interviewing there. And like you've already been doing at some of the functions with our affiliates and some of the conferences you've attended, you'll be doing podcasts as well that are recorded that will release throughout the year as well at good timing. So give a chance for you to be talking with some of the instructors, which we've done at other events, as you know, right? But that way we're keeping that data fresh and that information fresh, and it kind of does a nice lead in as to why we want to attend the next conference or the next event, whether it's at one of our affiliates, which bless their hearts are doing a good job, or something that we're doing here nationally, or something of a national event that's going on. So you've done a tremendous job on that, and hats off to you, Tony, and I'm just excited about where we've come in the last 18 months.
Yeah, well, as am I. I got to say thank you for the kudos. I appreciate that. But the one thing I found doing the events, especially at a couple of the affiliate events I've been to, is being able to talk to the individuals in the field on the ground.
Right.
And that plays into the networking idea, really sharing ideas and seeing what's coming by talking to individuals who are doing it today. I think is one of the most important values of a meeting like the annual business meeting that ASA provides. And I think we've talked about the annual business meeting. We haven't mentioned the most important thing. Where is it and when is it?
Okay, it's May 4th and 5th, and it's at the Hearst Conference Center right here in Texas. which is about, depending on traffic, about 18 to 22 minutes from the airport.
Mhm.
DFW, meaning Dallas Fort Worth,
Right.
Because we have Love Field that's about, I think, 45 minutes away. But we've got shuttle services to and from the airport as well, coordinated through the hotel, which this information will be available later this in February.
Mhm.
But it's right here at the Hearst Conference Center where we had last year. They did a great job with us last year. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for everybody there. Like you said, getting that information on the ground, unfiltered,
Mhm.
really helps us as an industry identify challenges that we may see together and offering solutions for the future to make it easier for everybody.
We live in a digital world. I know we communicate a bunch of different ways, but in many ways, nothing can replace the face-to-face events.
Correct.
Can't do them every day, but you have to do them occasionally just to get out of your foxhole and kind of look around the battlefield a little bit, I think.
Right.
But I know it's been covered earlier, but let's talk about that again. Who can attend now? It's not just for ASA members.
Oh,
right?
correct. We encourage our membership, obviously, but even our prospects or even anybody from the industry, come out and see what it's all about. Because when you look at it, it's an opportunity for us all to come together and identify some of the challenges we have. The best opportunity you have, as we know in business, whether you're a shop owner or manager or working as a technician in a shop, is when you can share knowledge together. How often do we see it in all lines of industries where they say we've got over 110 years of experience? Well, that's basically saying, you take all the people and all the years of experience they have, somebody's got the answer, or somebody can help identify the answer to a problem and offer solutions. So that's what the annual business meeting and co-located event is all about, is making sure that we not only take care of the members who support us throughout the year, and we always look for more, but it also gives us an opportunity to have the industry there, so we're on the same page, identifying the same problems, offering the same solutions to make us all better.
When you raise a great point, there's literally hundreds of years of experience walking around that front.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say thousands.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do we register for that? When's registration open?
It's going to be opening up later in February, and a lot of information will be on the website. But we're putting all the final details together in that aspect, because there's more to come, as we know. We've got something special that is going to be going on at the event, both at the reception and through Tuesday. More to come on that. But this is all about something different. Some of the presenters, some of the speakers, and some of the content is not something that you normally have opportunities to see across the nation. It's a little bit different roster of candidates, shall we say. And we like to keep it fresh, and it's not to take away from anything else, but we want to do something that's a little bit different than you normally see. And so some of our presenters are names you may not have seen before, but and some you will have. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody to come. I think the opportunity of the technology and seeing what the membership is all about as well, what we do. When you look at some of the outcomes, Bob Redding at the open meeting, for example, the annual business meeting, he's our Washington, D.C. representative. He'll talk about some of the things that are going on right now. As you and I both know, we just got the alerts. New Hampshire just introduced an OE procedure legislation. But we knew about that a little while ago, because we've been watching for this, and it allows us to get ahead of it rather than after. Because if anybody's ever done any legislative work or campaigning or grassroots level, once it's written, it's almost too late to get involved, because it's so difficult to stop if the momentum's already going. So you'll see a lot of the things we do behind the scenes that often aren't tangible, where you can measure it easily. But boy, what it could cost you if you don't. So and there's opportunity to meet the ASA board, one-on-one a little bit, and talk to them. Excuse me. The nice opportunity there is you'll see that they're just like the rest of us. They're all shop owners that are volunteering their time, and they've really guided the organization excuse me, through thick and thin through the years, and it's a thankless job, but you want to talk about passion. The board we have today is so passionate about the industry. They're not self-fulfilling. And that's what you want. Servant leadership to its best. You know, prime example, and I think that's true in any successful organization. The rewards come when you take care of others.
Well, you know, one of the most important values an association provides is information, awareness, if you will.
Correct.
That we watch things so you don't have to, is how it's often said.
Correct.
But the point you make about the volunteers on the board, on the mechanical collision operation committees, and all of the individuals that help us make what we do work, I think it can't be said often enough. You know, these are individuals within the industry, shop owners, running an association for shop owners and helping